Okay, what we're going to talk about today is something that many of you have voiced. I'm not sure what to say in a lot of different situations, and I'm not sure quite how to say it. Okay? So I want to start it off by showing you a little clip from a movie, Wolf of Wall Street, with Leonardo DiCaprio. Now, full disclosure, for those of you that are very sensitive, this is a little raunchy, okay? And I'm not encouraging you to be this guy. But here's why I want to show you the clip. While you're watching it, I want you to pay attention not to what he's saying, but how he says it, okay? Because it has all the meaning. We do this all the time, right? Bob, that's a nice tie you have on today. You're welcome. Bob, that's a nice tie you have on today. Bob, that's a nice tie you have on today. Okay, same exact words can be anything from a compliment to an insult. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So let's watch this together. I apologize to those of you who are overly sensitive. If you want to step out, he might use a cuss word or two. He might do some inappropriate body actions. This is just a movie. It's not real life.
Hello, John. How you doing today? You mailed in my company a postcard a few weeks back requesting information on penny stocks that had huge upside potential with very little downside risk. Does that ring a bell?
Oh, yeah, I may have sent it.
Okay, great. Well, reason for the call today, John, is something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months. If you have 60 seconds, I'd like to share the idea with you. You got a minute?
Actually, I'm really very busy.
Name of the company, Aerotine International. It is a cutting-edge, high-tech firm out of the Midwest awaiting imminent patent approval on a next generation of radar detectors that have both huge military and civilian applications. Now, right now, John, the stock trades over the counter at 10 cents a share. And by the way, John, our analysts indicate it could go a heck of a lot higher than that. Your profit on a mere $6,000 investment would be upwards of $60,000.
Jesus, that's my mortgage, man.
Exactly, you could pay off your mortgage.
This stock will pay off my house.
John, one thing I can promise you, even in this market, is that I never ask my clients to judge me on my winners. I ask them to judge me on my losers because I have so few. And in the case of Aerotine, based on every technical factor out there, John, we are looking at a grand slam home run.
Okay, let's do it. I'll do $4,000.
4,000, that'd be 40,000 shares, John. Let me lock in that trade right now and get back to you with my secretary with an exact confirmation. Sound good, John?
That sounds good.
Great. Hey, John, thank you for your vote of confidence, and welcome to the Investors Center.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
How'd you do that?
Just like that, I made $2,000.
Okay, so hit these lights. Apparently Rob cut out all the raunchy parts, which is very disappointing. I wanted to see the shock on people's faces. Right. For those of you that have seen the movie, you know it can get pretty raunchy. Here's why I showed it to you. You notice how he uses his voice? Okay. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and sell penny stocks and try to con people and take advantage of them. What I'm saying is how you say it is as much or more impactful than what you say. And some of us get really hung up on exactly what to say to people. And I say it doesn't matter. It only matters how you say it. So we're going to try to demonstrate this to you in a whole bunch of different ways. And I've got some volunteers. And we'll do the easy one first. The easy one. So Bob, would you and David come up front, please? And Bob and David are going to work with me. And we're just going to role play some FSBO calls and some expired calls. And you can hear how they do it. And I'll try to do it too, and I'll try to do it my way, which might be a little bit different. Okay? Some of you don't want to do any of these calls. And that's okay. I'm not saying you have to or even that you should. I'm saying that if the reason why you don't want to do them is because you don't know what to say, that's a bad reason. Because I contend it doesn't matter what you say. Watch. Bob, I want you to role play. You be a for sale by owner. At the most basic level, you say this. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, it's Mike over at Century 21, and I'm calling to see if you'd like to interview an agent to sell your house.
No, that's why we put it for sale by owner.
Okay. Have a great day. Now, is that a great call in your opinion?
No.
No, it's not. Is it better than making no call at all?
Honestly, probably not.
Okay, so this is where I'm going to disagree with you, because is it possible that you this morning decided that you're tired of trying to sell it yourself and you're ready to list it?
Yes.
And I'm the next person that calls you.
Yes.
Right. Now, some of you that are doing this, you think that they're going to remember you. Like, are you serious? They can't remember your name 2 seconds after you hang up. And 2 weeks later, they're going to decide that they want to list their house, and they're going, hey, you know that Mike guy that called me like 2 or 3 weeks ago and asked me if I was ready to list my house yet? Where did I write that guy's name and number down? Oh, I didn't write that guy's name and number down. I hung up on him. They're not going to remember you. Watch. Here is a really important point that all of us have to digest. And if you don't, you're going to really struggle with this. The consumer, Bob in this case, thinks everybody in this room is the same. And some of you really don't like that. I've been doing this for 35 years, and I've sold a few homes. And I want it to be a credibility contest. Guggen, how long have you been selling real estate?
A year and a half.
Year and a half. And you've done pretty good. Uh-huh. Oh, I want to go up against you in a listing appointment so bad. And I want it to be a credibility contest, because if Bob is the consumer, I'm going to say, Bob, you spoke with Guggen over at XYZ Realty?
Yes, we did.
You did. And how long has Guggen been selling houses?
I don't know. We didn't talk about that.
Well, I've been selling houses for 35 years, Bob. I've sold over 10,000 houses. Do you want to trust your largest investment to somebody who just got into the business? This is what I want it to be. And some of you that have been around a while, this is what you think. You think that it's a credibility contest. It ain't. They don't care. Bob, in this case, thinks everybody in the room is exactly the same. There's no difference between us. And you know what? You make the same assumptions in your life. Who's done the dentist thing with me? Sean. You have a dentist?
I do have a dentist, yeah.
You do have a dentist. When you go to the dentist, you don't go to a different dentist every time.
I go to the same one, yeah.
Same one. Where'd your dentist go to dental school?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. How do you know your dentist even went to dental school?
I'm pretty sure he has diplomas in every room, even the bathroom.
Yeah, I can print diplomas up too. Sean, are you telling me, did you go sit in a chair and let somebody put sharp instruments in your mouth and you know nothing about them?
He was referred, but pretty much.
So somebody you know said this is a good dentist.
Yes.
What's a good dentist? Like in your world, what qualifies as a good dentist? What are your criteria?
His teeth weren't all messed up. So.
Okay, so you need your dentist to have good teeth.
No, the guy who referred me.
The guy.
I've been to the dentist wasn't all messed up.
This is how you decide who you're going to let put sharp things in your mouth.
Yes.
Does that sound a little irresponsible to you, Sean?
The way you put it that way, yes.
We do this. Our attorney here for the company, he's a friend of mine from Rotary Club. Is he the best attorney available? Probably not. Is he the cheapest? Definitely not. Why did I hire him? Oh, I like him. He's a nice guy. I mean, all attorneys are the same, aren't they? Pretty much. See how it sounds? Consumers think that way too, not just us. Lots of people are making decisions like this. So my shitty way of calling Bob, will it work? Anything will work if you do it enough. But would it be better if I got better at it? Okay. Well, let's see how you guys do it. Why don't you call me? I'm a for sale by owner. Let's hear how you do it.
Okay, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, this is Bob with Century 21. Just a quick call to see when you're going to be interviewing agents for the job of selling your home.
God, what is it with you people? Like,
What?
no, I'm trying to sell the house myself. That's why it's for sale by owner.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm calling. Are you offering a commission if an agent brings you a buyer?
Do you have a buyer?
Mike, I haven't even seen your home yet. But if I did have one, would you pay a commission?
Yeah, sure. I tell you what, if you ever stumble across a buyer, you give me a call, we'll work something out.
Well, Mike, obviously I sell houses for a living. I work with buyers all day long. How much would you pay?
I mean, I'll pay you 3%. It depends on the offer.
Okay, great. So you're willing to pay the 3% if an agent brings you a buyer. You just don't want to pay the 3% to a listing agent.
Right, y'all don't do anything.
Really?
You just put a sign out and let other people show the house.
Have you sold a house before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that the experience that you had?
Yeah, y'all don't do anything. You're grossly overpaid.
Have you interviewed any agents to see if maybe there's a different strategy out there?
No, you're all the same. You just want to put it in the MLS and have other agents show it.
Yeah, Mike, I know. If it was just as easy as putting the house up for sale, why wouldn't every house sell?
I don't know. I don't know. What
Yeah.
is it? What is it? What do you want?
Well, at the end of the day, do you have a time frame on how long you're going to try to sell by owner before you even consider interviewing any agents?
We've had a lot of interest. I'm very confident that we're going to sell the home any day now.
Sure, and I hope that's true. Would you say 30 days? Is that fair?
I think it'll be sold before then.
Okay. If it's not, can I call you next week and see if it's sold? If it's not, I'll keep checking in until you're ready to start talking to agents.
Sure. I mean, at this point, I'll just say anything to get him off the phone.
Great. Give me your email address.
Okay. Well, okay, so the problem with this, though, is you didn't set an appointment.
I did not.
But isn't that what you're supposed to be doing?
I mean, that is the goal of the call, but it takes 12, 15 touches to actually schedule the appointment.
So you're saying that it's not your goal today to set a listing appointment?
I mean, that would be ideal, but no.
Right. This is a campaign. This is dating. It's not Johnny's Hideaway on Friday night. Okay?
We've got to come up with a better
Sorry,
club.
Lisa, it's not. I'm old. That is my frame of reference. Where do you think I met Jane? This is going to be a process. You're going to date for a while. Do you ever have somebody set an appointment with you on the first call?
One out of probably 400.
Okay. Okay.
Contacts, not calls.
But how many of these would you say you list a month?
4 or 5.
And it costs you how much?
My Vulcan 7's $300 a month.
Okay, so you get 4 or 5 listings a month and you spend $300.
Yes.
How much does your average transaction, how much do you make?
Let's just say $10,000.
Okay, so you're making $40,000 or $50,000 a month and you're spending $300.
Thanks for announcing that, yes.
This is why they call it the low-hanging fruit. It's very efficient, but I don't like to do it. I don't know, do you like to do it? Did you wake up this morning giggling and go, oh good, I get to go call
Never a
grumpy,
day that I
irritable
feel
people.
excited to call, no.
Okay, it's just a line of business. Am I saying you need to do this for 3 hours a day? I'm not. I'm just saying it's the low-hanging fruit. It's free. Well, not really though, right? Because it takes time. So there's time and effort and labor there. So it's not, I mean, I guess it's free monetarily, but it takes time. David, you have a slightly different way of doing it. So call me, I'll be a for sale by owner, and let's hear how you go about it.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, this is David with Century 21.
David! Oh, God, David, I'm so glad you called.
You are? Why is that?
Yes, thank Jesus that you called me today. This is David McGee, right?
It is, yeah.
God, how quickly can you get over here?
How about I just email you the paperwork and you sign it?
I'm just messing with him. Okay, let's try it again.
All right, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, this is David with Century 21. Just a quick call to see when you may be interviewing agents for the to help you sell the house if you're unable to sell it yourself.
Okay, so this is classic David.
Classic David.
Classic David.
Classic question.
This is so beautiful. Okay, the reason why they've agreed to do this is they want to get better. And this is this not classic you?
This is classic me.
Ask the freaking question and then...
Shut up.
Shut up! Okay, let's try it again.
All right.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
This is David with Century 21. Just a quick call to see when you may be interviewing agents for the job of selling your home.
Good. We're not, David. We're trying to sell it ourselves.
You're going to sell it by owner?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, if the home doesn't sell in 30 days, would you consider using a listing agent?
We feel pretty good about it, David. We're getting a lot of activity, and we're going to have an open house this weekend, so I think we're in pretty good shape.
Great, great. So tell me, where are you moving to next when you sell this house?
We're going to go to Florida.
Great, okay.
It's just too freaking cold up here.
Too cold. Any other reasons you're moving to Florida?
No. Get out of Atlanta.
Okay, good. So what if the house doesn't sell in 30 or 60 days? What would you do then?
We're pretty sure it will.
Fantastic. Well, would you mind if I just stay in touch, and if something does change, we can possibly talk again?
Okay. So David he pretty much started the call the same way. One of the things that I would observe about this is it's just not a big deal. They're just making it very commonsensical. Okay? So, David, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, it's Mike over at Century 21. Just a quick call. So you watch, just like in the video, you've got to use your voice. If you sound scared, if you sound monotone. So the way they teach you to do this is, if you notice in the video, he was using his hands a lot. He was going up and he was going down with his arms, and he was putting a lot of emphasis into it. This is what they teach you to do if you do this for a living. Okay? So I think all the training that you guys have got right, and we're in a class, so it's a little bit different, but if you ever go by their office, you'll notice a couple of things. They're always standing up. I mean, they're standing up all the time. Well, you should. It'll change the quality of your voice. It's very hard to be sitting down and be putting emphasis into your voice. And use your hands so you punch your words. So let's try it. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, this is Mike over at Century 21. Just a quick call to see when you might be interviewing agents for the job of selling your house.
Oh, we're not. We're going to do it by owner.
Okay. Well, David, other than the obvious, saving money, was there any other reason why you weren't planning to hire an agent?
That's it. Save the money.
Just saving money. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Hey, David, when you do sell the house, where will you go next?
That's your business. Why are you asking me that?
Oh, gosh, David, I'm sorry. Is that a deeply personal question to you?
I just don't know why it pertains to you.
Well, I was just curious. Okay, now he has moved into the realm of assholeness to me. And because I get my activities done every day, I don't work with jerks like that. So my way of doing it, now if you don't do this, then you're desperate and you need to talk him into liking you, then this business sucks. But at this point, since he's decided to take that route with me right now, I'm going to say, hey, what? It was just a question. Why are you reacting that way?
We're going to sell the house on our own. Not sure why you need to know where we're moving next.
I guess I don't, but I'm left with the question of why you're being mean and nasty with somebody that just called up to help you. Is this how you run your life? So I tell you what, you don't even need to answer that, buddy. Drop dead. See you in hell.
Hey, bring me a buyer.
Now, some of you don't like that, but I would say this to you. Look, you miserable piece of shit. I do not want to work with you now, and I'm not sucking up to you. So next call, ring, ring.
Can I maybe give an alternative to that?
Do not say that.
Okay.
I don't remember what you said anymore.
It's none of your business where I'm moving to next. Why would you ask that?
Well, David, are you getting a lot of these questions?
I'm getting so many calls. I'm kind of getting tired of all the
Hey,
agents.
I understand that. Do you want the calls to stop?
Yes, I would like for it to, yes.
Okay. So you can make it illegal for anybody to call you. Okay.
They're getting a lot of calls. They don't want you to call them. They just want to get off the phone. So it's rational for them to be a little upset.
Okay, and this is where you get to choose. So that's what you choose. Here's what I choose. I'm going to make enough calls every day, and I'm not putting up with jerks like that. And by calling him out on his BS, I exit the call feeling better. His blood pressure is going to be really high. What's not okay with me is to exit the call and my blood pressure is really high, but his isn't. So we're going to flip that around, and then I feel stronger and better about making the next call.
Can I get your broker's phone
How do
number?
you do it, Jane?
Don't answer that.
Okay, anyways, call me.
Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, it's Mike over at Century 21. Just a quick call to see when you're going to be interviewing agents for the job of selling your house.
We're going to probably give it 30 or 60 days.
Okay. And if for some reason the house shouldn't sell in that time period, would you consider hiring a strong agent that works your area?
Yeah, we would consider it.
Okay, great. Hey, when you do sell the house, where do you plan to go next?
We're going to stay in the area. We're not sure yet, but we're going to stay in the area.
Okay, so you haven't found the next house yet.
No, we're kind of looking.
Interesting little note there to make, right? So now he needs to buy. Okay, great. Hey, ideally, when would be the perfect time for you guys for the house to sell and you make this move?
Perfect world. We move during the summer, so there's not a big issue with transitioning during the school year.
School. Okay. What did he just tell me? He's got kids. Okay, you don't have to be that smart, really. Great. So, how many kids?
We have 2 kids,
2 kids. How old are they?
7 and 12.
So, will you be trying to stay in the same school district, or are you open to moving into a different district?
We're open to moving into a different one as long as the schools are good.
Okay, great. Any areas in particular that are of interest to you?
No, we're more concerned about the house, but we really want to just sell this house first and get as much as we can.
Okay, you're more concerned about the house that you buy than the school district that it's in?
Yes.
Does your wife agree with that?
Haven't talked to her about that yet.
Good. All I'm doing right now is qualifying him. And by qualifying him, it's how you build rapport. We're just going to run through a whole series of questions. Does he sound like he's ready to list the house today? No. So it wouldn't make sense to ask him to. That's illogical. By the way, I'm just a voice on the telephone right now. He doesn't know me. He doesn't trust me. I've built no relationship with him. I'm going to, but I haven't yet. Make sense? Okay. This is just a demonstration. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Let's do something entirely different, okay? Because I can demonstrate this stuff to you all day long, and 95% of the room's not going to do this. But let's talk about something that you actually might be willing to do. I want to ask Lisa and Rip if they would come up with me. Okay. Okay, so Lisa, Rip, y'all have a networking strategy, right? Your business, Lisa, you make how many cold calls a day on average?
0
Zero.
on average.
So you're
Every once in a while, I get a wild hair and think I'll try it, and that lasts about 10 minutes.
now you're looking at two of our top three, okay, who are saying you average 0.
Yes.
Okay, so Rip, you're the nice balance to this. You average how many outbound cold calls?
No, I'm Manscaped. I don't have any wild hairs. 0.
TMI.
Never.
TMI. I'm glad you had that diaper on before.
Yeah, well, it's a whole nother thing. You got half the room going, diaper on.
Well, how are you going to make any money in this business with no outbound cold calling?
With our personalities, right?
So lovable. I just got my license. People just started calling left and right. It was crazy. No, networking. In fact, when I first started, I went to top agents, went to Bob. I was like, hey, how do you get so much business? He's like, I spend 3 hours a day cold calling. I was like, cool, see you later. So then I went to Lisa. I was like, how do you get so much business? She said, I try and be everywhere at all times. I went, I like that.
So what is, and Lisa, kind of the same thing, networking strategy?
Yeah, networking in a bunch of different ways, but yeah, networking mostly.
So let's talk about one of them. What is one of the key ways that you run a networking strategy?
Well, I'm a member of BNI,
What is
which is
that?
Business Networking International.
Okay.
Might have heard of Power Course, similar. It's a group, and you pay to be in it yearly, but only one realtor can be in the group. It's not like Chamber or something like that where you can have 10 realtors. It's one realtor per group, one of each profession per group.
Okay. Rip, you do something similar?
Yeah, so I'm president of our BNI chapter, but then also I'm an ambassador for Gwinnett Chamber, so I'm kind of front line of that. And then starting one, a business networking group at a large church that I attend as well.
Okay. So I want you to note something as we're talking about this, okay? They didn't say that they were in a BNI group. Lisa, where does your BNI group meet?
In this room,
When?
once a month. And then we meet Zoom the other Thursdays, 7 o'clock to 8:30 every Thursday morning.
And your group, how many people in your group?
We have 30 members, and the last time we met in here, we had almost about 42 people here because we had 12 visitors.
So you've got your BNI group meeting in your real estate office.
I do.
I think we can all kind of figure that out, right? That's not bad for you.
It's not bad at all.
And Rip, you lead your BNI group.
I do.
And you're organizing a networking strategy at your church, and you're highly active in the chamber. So see, they're not just attending, they're actively involved. They're integrated into it. It's really a key point. How does it work at BNI, Lisa? What does the meeting look like?
It's very structured. You go through, the first part is a few admin things they do in each meeting, and then you go, each person has a 60-second, basically like an elevator speech, and then we have our visitors speak at the end, and then at the end you go over the different things like the how much they keep track of everything. Thank you for closed business, how many one-to-ones you have a week, how many CEUs you get through their program. It's all very structured.
So you said something in there that I want to latch on to. You've got to give an elevator speech.
Yes.
Every meeting?
60 seconds every meeting. And once every so often you do a 10-minute presentation. It depends on how many members you have, so mine ends up being about twice a year.
Okay. So what to say and how to say, it's what we're focused on today. Would you mind pretending like we're your BNI group and give us your elevator speech? Would you be willing to do that?
Well, I don't do the same elevator speech every week because that gets boring and people get sick of hearing it.
Okay.
And I think probably Rip does the same. You try to put a lot of humor in it, things to make them remember you, certain things. So you basically introduce yourself. They know you. You're meeting with them every week, but the visitors don't. So you basically say, Lisa Lewis with Century 21, residential real estate, because we do have a commercial agent in our group. And then after that, every week is different. About once a quarter at least, I'll try to bring them the stats of what the market's doing. And I'll just do like Roswell. But then I do fun things. You got to make it really fun and not about, okay, whoever you know wants to buy or sell, that's who I need as a referral this week. Because they look at you like, we know that, we heard it, we're sick of it. So like the Thursday before Valentine's Day, we actually had
Okay,
a.
hold on 1 second. Pretend that it's the Thursday before Valentine's Day and give us what you said to the group.
Okay. Good morning, sales team. Lisa Lewis with Century 21 Residential Real Estate. So today, the referrals I'm looking for is whoever you see on Monday night at Walmart buying more than one thing of flowers. If they're buying 2 or 3 things of flowers, they're probably going to be getting a divorce within the next 30 days, and I need to talk to them. So if you see them buying more than one thing of flowers before before Valentine's, give me a call. I'll find them and I'll help them out. Just something to make them laugh. If you put humor in it, they remember it. And just something different every week, though. You can't. We have some people in the group, and they're like, well, I sell life insurance, and this is who I'm looking for. I need to go on. As soon as they talk, you go, pfft. So just, you got to, and I do that with the Referral Wonder Woman thing, too, that networking, you got to make it fun.
Referral Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Tell us.
I'm having a blast with that one, so you probably already all know I wear a cape at the conference, and I'm Referral Wonder Woman, Atlanta. The last conference, I think...
Not just a cape, from what I've seen. Like, it's a whole ensemble,
No,
right?
it's just a cape.
It is?
Yeah, it's just a cape.
all right.
I mean, I have the armbands, I have the crown, I have all that.
But just a
I don't have
cape.
the lasso. I don't have the lasso or the tights because I think they would throw me out of the hotel. I think that's illegal for me. But this last conference I went to, I'm friends with a big group of agents in Boca Raton with Century 21 Stein Posner. I met them about 4 years ago at the conference, the first year that I wore the cape. And one of them, this conference, she said, you know something? She said, I really hang out with you because I like you, not because you're famous. I don't know what happened this year at the conference, but like I would be sitting at a restaurant, people come up like, oh my God, Referral Wonder Woman. Oh my God, I can't believe it's you. And I was like, and one of them was like, she started wearing, this group of agents in Florida started wearing a sunshine costume because they said I inspired them and everybody started following around. It was really crazy this year, but I had lots of fun with it. I think if you network and make it fun and not just about, I want to sell houses or, do you need to buy a house? Call me, because people are sick of that. Just make it fun and let them know who you are, because I don't want to work with the boring people anyway.
So the saying is, and I believe this very strongly, great agents are crazy. I want you to meet crazy. I mean, she dresses up as a superhero and walks around a 10,000 person conference. She comes to me and Rob and says, I want to make a video with me flying around Atlanta. And we're like, well, we don't know how to do that. And she's like, well, we're going to do it. And I'm like, well, you know how to do that? I don't know how to do that either. So my idea was, well, we'll put you up on the edge of this building and make... And Rob's like, no, you won't. Dwayne's like, we are not putting her up on the edge of the building. I'm like, well, she's crazy enough to do it. If she just have her sign a disclaimer, and if she falls, she falls. The crazy thing is, she was willing to do it. Okay, well, how do we get up there? Well, speaking of crazy, okay, so talk about you. You're at your BNI group.
Okay.
Give us what yours sounds like.
Like one of my spills?
Oh my God.
As this at BNI? Well, I got to stand up because ours is live every week. So it's when you go, you stand up to share. But good morning, BNI. I got a guy, Sugar Hill Gang. My name is Rip Pruitt with Century 21 Real Estate, residential realtor, lovingly known as Rip the Realtor. So I got some clients the other day. Their criteria was they needed at least 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 2,500 square feet, and needed a pool. Their budget was $250,000. Now, here's the thing. I found it for them. It's awesome. The problem was it was already sold in 1988. But who do you know who has been talking about, oh, maybe we'll buy or sell, but they're intimidated by the market, whether they think it's crashing or they think they're not going to be able to find a home? Introduce them to me. Let them talk to a professional. They will thank you for the introduction. And remember, those who laugh last think the slowest. Rip Pruitt, Century 21 Real Estate.
Okay, so I want to give you a comparison. You just put these side by side, and you tell me which one you like better. Okay. Hi, my name is Mike, and I'm with Century 21, and I sell houses. If you know anybody that's thinking about buying or selling a house this year, please have them contact me. Thank you. You booed me. She's booing me up here. Okay, who thinks that I did the best? Raise your hand. Jane? Who thinks Rip did the best? Raise your hand. Jane, put your hand down. Okay, see, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Using humor. I mean, maybe you're not Rip. Maybe you're not going to dress up as a superhuman, a superpower. But what could you do? And what I hear them saying is when you use humor, it disarms people and it creates a likability factor. And you might say, well, I'm Bob and I don't have any personality. Okay, but you got to come up with your thing. You can't say, call me if you want to buy or sell a house this year. My God, just gag me. It's so freaking bad. You've got to be you. You've got to distinguish yourself. You've got to differentiate yourself. You've got to pop. Do you want, if you were in Rip's B&I group, are you working with him or are you working with me? What's memorable to you? What do you do at Chamber?
So it's a similar type of thing. They've just kind of changed it up, but you're typical. You walk in the big room. There's probably 70 folks, open networking. Once it begins, most of the time it's you go around, do elevator pitches, and then there's open networking at the end. But then you can be invited to become an ambassador. And then what that is when new people join, they send me their info and contact information. And I reach out to them, welcome them to the chamber, introduce them to folks, but really it's just first line of being able to be their contact.
That's so good. Hey, give it up to these guys. Thank y'all. Sometime soon when Jane's not going to be here with the stopwatch on me, would you guys come back and let's do more? Hey, look, this extends to all areas of your business, and I'm going to challenge you today. Watch, your cell phone. What does your greeting message say? Just think about it for a second. And I swear if it says this, before noon today, you've got to change it. Hi, this is Mike. Please leave your name, your number, and at the sound of the tone, and I'll call you back. Like, my God, is there anybody in the room that doesn't know how to leave a message by now? Why do we still say? If your greeting sounds trite, worn out, repetitive, boring, don't let noon hit you today without changing it. What should you change it to? Here's the challenge that I want to give you. And when you've done this, I want you to email me and I'm going to call your cell and listen to it. I want you to have a greeting message that makes me tell people to dial this number and listen to the greeting message. That's your challenge for today. You can't be like everybody else. There's 51,000 licensed real estate agents in Metro Atlanta, and you gonna sound like everybody else? And this is the rest of your career. When you leave a message for somebody, hi, this is Mike at Century 21, please call me back. Oh my God, cut that shit out. I want you to have your go-to message that you leave, and this is your challenge. It can't sound like anybody else. And when you've got it, by noon today, call my cell and leave me the message. And it has to be this. Hey, Rob, listen to this shit. You won't believe this. That's what. Do I want you to be professional? Of course I want you to be professional, but that's not boring. That's not stuffed shirt. That's not trite. You got to be unique. You got to be different. Just listed, just sold calls. Absolutely. Absolutely. Every listing in our company, there should be 200 agents dialing around that listing. Here's the complaint I never get. I'm aching for this. In my soul, I'm aching for this. Hey, this is John Smith, and I need you to tell your agents to cut it out. I've been called by 150 agents today telling me about the house you sold down the street, and I don't want a single more person to call me. Call them. Well, it's only 150. There's more of you than that here. What happened to the other 50? Why didn't they call you? Yes. What are you scared of? And you need to sound different than everybody else. And it might be in what you say, but it's probably more in how you say it. Does Rip and Lisa sound overly concerned about what other people think about them? She dresses up as a superhero and walks around a conference. Aren't you worried about people thinking you're unprofessional? No, she's a celebrity now. After 4 years of doing it, that's why you're a celebrity, because you've been consistent and repetitive in doing it, and it's starting to gain some traction now. And now they recognize you everywhere you go. Why? There ain't nobody else doing that. Does Rip sound different? Have you seen any of his videos? Do you know any other real estate agent doing it that way? Am I telling you to be Rip? Am I telling you to dress up as a superhero? I'm not. You got to find your way of doing it. But your way shouldn't look like 51,000 other people. What are you so scared of? You desperately need to conform? Wow. Then you are marginalized. And that's why they think we're all the same. I'm just going to guess Rip's people don't think he's like any other real estate agent they've ever worked with. Like, this guy's crazy. Yeah, he is crazy. Great agents are crazy. Lisa, you crazy.
Proud of it.
Good, yeah.
We dress it up and put it on the front porch down here in the south.
Just listed, just sold calls. Some of you want to use slide dial as a tool. I'm going to leave you with this today. Sorry, Jane, I'm 2 minutes over. When you use slide dial, here's a couple of tips. You need to have a unique message. You need to make me want to listen to this. Okay? For those of you who don't know, slide dial is an app. You can create a message. It's a robo calling type of thing, and you can send it out to an unlimited amounts of people. It needs to be different. It needs to be unique. It needs to be unique to you and your personality. If you use it, count to 5 before you start leaving the message. Has anybody gotten these robocalls where they're halfway into the message when it starts to play? Yeah, they don't know how to use it. There is a pause feature there. You need to give it about 5 seconds. Just count to 5 and then start your message. Fair enough? At all costs, folks. At all cost, you got to be different. You got to have your unique way of approaching it. Casey, you don't have the yellow shirt on today. Casey has a yellow Gamers Need Homes too, right? Right. He's a 6'5" Canary. There are no other 6'5" Canaries in Atlanta, Georgia that I've seen. Just you. That's why it works. I want to leave you today with this, okay? Hit that.
You only have 24 hours in a day. Your success is dependent upon how you use the 24. You got to hear me. People talk about Oprah Winfrey, Ted Turner, Warren Buffett. Listen to me. I don't care how much money you make. You only get 24 hours in a day. And the difference between Oprah and the person that's broke is Oprah uses her 24 hours wisely. That's it. Listen to me. That's it. You get 24. I don't care if you broke, you grew up broke. I don't care if you grew up rich. I don't care if you're in college, you're not in college. You only get 24 hours. And I blew up literally. I went from being a high school dropout to selling 6,000 books in less than 6 months. What happened in my 24 hours? I was like, okay, Eric, you got to get a grip on your 24 hours because you're about to be broke for the rest of your life. And this is all I need you to do for me. I can tell you all about your life if you just write down your 24-hour schedule for me and you let me look at it. I can tell you where you're going to be in 5 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 10 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 20 years if you keep that schedule.
Let's go to work.